Automatic soap dispenser. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here with the Get Up and Go Challenge, day 29. And we've been talking about for at least 28 days the process of installing in our subconscious the SOAP framework, right? The SOAP framework. I'm not sure which side of the soap is better, but this is my cabin soap and this is my automatic soap dispenser. During COVID, we're using all kinds of things, hand sanitizers, face masks, everything to protect ourselves and ensure that we're safe. Well, we do the same thing with change and with challenges. Whenever there's a change or challenge, we want to have an automatic soap dispenser. We want this process, this format, this framework installed in our subconscious. So we've been doing that. We've been working on it for 28 days and actually going over it over and over again, because repetition helps to install processes in our system. It helps it to become a habit. Now, there is this belief, and I'm gonna burst some bubbles right now, that it takes 21 days to form a new habit. Guess what? For some people it takes 21 days. For other people it might take instantly. They might instantly learn something, hear something, they have an epiphany and automatically install and change and make that a part of their life. Other people, it might take them 60, 90, 120 days. It's different for each and every one of us. It's interesting, I had always suspected that 21-day rule and belief that it takes 21 days to form a new habit for everybody, which is ridiculous because we're all different, right? Was kind of nonsense. But I was listening to Dennis Waitley a couple of weeks ago, early in COVID, and he was talking about a motivational speaker who shall remain nameless, who quoted on stage, he was doing a motivational speech, that it took 21 days to form a new habit. And of course, like they do in that speaking industry, all the other speakers hooked in, latched onto that, and it spread like wildfire through the personal development community, the speaking community, and all of a sudden, even though it wasn't scientifically proven, people started quoting and believing and saying that it took 21 days to form a new habit. And Dennis was talking about that in his thing, and that it was just something that a motivational speaker started saying and everybody believed it. How often do rumors and things start and everybody believes it, and we just, it's kind of like COVID. There's so many changing things. There's so many, there's so much misinformation out there that we have to remember to investigate, think for ourselves, and make sure that we're doing what's right for us and for those we love and care about. So if you need to wear a mask, which in a lot of areas we do now, if you need, wash your hands, sanitize your hands, use the soap, use the things that will keep you and your family safe. And that's the same thing we want to do with making sure that the SOAP framework, S-O-A-P, is installed in our subconscious so we can apply it and use it to all of the different areas and aspects of our life. Remember my great graphic? It goes everywhere with me. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. We want to make sure, and we've run through, at least briefly, each and every one of these areas and categories of our life. If you still have questions about that, oh my gosh, please just ask in the comments below. If we want to, if you all want to, we will do a big Q&A session. You can ask anything, and we can try to make sure, we won't try to make sure, we will make sure that you get your questions answered so that there's no doubt in your mind that you can be better off after any challenge that you face. COVID-19 is probably some of the biggest challenge that many, millions and millions of people have ever faced. Some of us have had bigger and more life-threatening challenges, but COVID-19 as a whole will be, in my lifetime and probably in many people's lifetime, the biggest challenge, the biggest change to their existence, to our existence, that we've ever had to deal with. So we want to make sure that any size change, any type of change, whether it's a new job, a new environment, having to stay home, having to go somewhere, having to travel, having to have a new experience, having to learn something new, having to practice and figure things out, how to solve problems on our own, all of that, we want to make sure that it is not only something that we understand on a conscious level, but that we create and we make it automatic. I've made soap automatic in my life for so many years now. It actually took me a while to think about, well, how do I handle change now? What's different about the way I handle change now versus the way I used to handle change? Because, hey, human being here, I used to freak out and handle change in really bad ways sometimes too, because I didn't know better. But once we learn, once we know better, once we know that we deserve better and can do better in different areas and aspects of our life, then we kind of owe it to ourselves and those around us to do that. So my question for you today is, how badly do you want to guarantee that every time you're faced with an obstacle, a challenge, a false belief, a setback, a roadblock to something that you want, how badly do you want to make sure that you are always better off for having faced that challenge, for having to have experienced that particular thing? On a scale of 1 to 100, or 1 to 10, let's say motivation. On a scale of 1 to 10, how badly do you want it? And if you feel like, nah, 1 or 2, I just want to make sure that I'm, okay. If your motivation isn't very strong, go back and watch day 5's video. You can get access to them in order in the Get Up and Go private group, but otherwise you can just scroll back through and find that video and listen to it. And it talks about the 7 whys, going 7 whys deep to really grasp and find out why and what drives you, the reason that you want to make a change, or the reason that you want to ensure that you're better off after any change or challenge that you face. So our action today is simply to ask yourself, how well do I think I understand the SOAP framework? Am I using it? Has it benefited me? Do I get it? Do I still have questions about it? Is it automatic for me yet? We're only on day 29, and I don't think, when do we start talking about the SOAP framework? Probably not until a few days into it. I think day 8 maybe. I'm just kind of sneaking back and looking at my magnifying glass. So probably around day 8 we started talking about it. So for 20 days or so we've gone through it in detail and given examples. But since I just said the 21 days to form a new habit is different for each and every one of us, I'm curious where you're at. If you had to say from 0 to 100%, how confident you feel that when a change comes along, you will automatically go through the SOAP framework and scrub up and make sure that you're getting and dealing with it in the best way possible for you, given what you've got at the time, right? We do the best we can. We do what we can with what we've got right now. Do what you can with what you've got right now. And if we do that, if we do the best we can, that's all we can expect from ourselves, right? It doesn't mean we're not going to get better and better and learn more. And as we know more, we do more. As we learn more and figure out and become wiser in certain areas, we make better choices and better decisions in those areas. So that is our discussion for today. We want to install the SOAP process into our subconscious. We want to make it a habit so that it's not just something that we pull out of our toolbox every once in a while, but we use it all the time, just like an automatic soap dispenser. All right, that's it. Have a fantastic day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow with day 30 of our 30-day challenge. And, of course, we will have more than 30 days. We'll have a day 31 for sure, since it is a 31-day month. Have an awesome day. If I can help you in any way, if you have any questions, ask in the comments below. Take care. Bye. Go use that soap.